There was a group known as the Hashashins who were considered especially dangerous and from whom people were strongly advised to stay away. They were known to sell themselves to causes, their eyes said to be blinded by bloodlust. Neither life nor salvation seemed to matter to them. Like devils, they imitated the gestures, clothing, languages, and customs of many different nations, presenting themselves as angels of goodwill. In this way, like wolves in sheep's clothing, once they found an opening, it often meant death for their targets. After the death of Prophet Muhammad, the institution of the caliphate was established to lead Islam, and Abu Bakr assumed this role. However, a group argued that Ali, the Prophet's son-in-law, was the rightful successor. These disagreements marked the beginning of a painful period. After Abu Bakr, the caliphate passed respectively to Umar and then Uthman. A large portion of Ali's supporters did not recognize these three as legitimate caliphs. When Caliph Uthman was assassinated by rebels, the people chose Ali as caliph. By then, chaos had intensified. Supporters of Uthman declared that they would not pledge allegiance to Ali until Uthman's killer was found. Muawiyah, associating Uthman's assassination with Ali, sought revenge. Thus, the seeds of internal conflicts that would persist in the Arab world for centuries were sown. Eventually, Ali was attacked with a poison dagger by 3 Kharijites and lost his life. While Ali's supporters mourned deeply, the caliphate passed to Muawiyah. Under Muawiyah's leadership, the Umayyad state was established, and the Islamic world officially split into Umayyad supporters, Ali supporters, and the Kharijites. From that point on, no one fully recognized another's caliphate, and dozens of individuals would later declare themselves caliph. Those who believed the caliphate rightfully belonged to Ali, and his lineage came to be known as Shiites. The Shiites never accepted the Umayyad rule and awaited a leader to save them from what they saw as Umayyad oppression. Although they put forward figures such as Hassan, Hussein, and later a man named Mukhtar as leaders, these efforts were ultimately unsuccessful, as they were all killed. Still, the Shiites never gave up waiting for a savior. Years later, a new understanding of Islam, known as the 12 Imams, emerged among the Shiites, and these figures were accepted as their leaders. The 7th of these Imams was Ja'far al-Sadiq. According to belief, the 8th Imam should have been his son Ismail, but Ismail was more militant and aggressive compared to the generally peaceful stance of the 12 Imams. For this reason, he was disinherited by his father, and Musa al-Kazim became the 8th Imam. Ismail, however, did not abandon his beliefs and founded a movement known as Ismailism. Members of this group operated in secrecy, offering new interpretations of Islam and believing that any means, including deception, were permissible in pursuit of a righteous goal. Living isolated and hidden lives, they sent spies into states and cities to gather information and prepare for the arrival of a savior. This was the version of Ismailism embraced by Hasan Sabbah. Now, keeping this background in mind, let us move forward in time and get to know Hasan Sabbah. Although Hasan Sabbah became widely known in the 11th century, the exact time and place of his birth remain uncertain. It is believed that he was born in the city of Qom, an important center of Shiite learning. Coming from a well-educated and religious family, Hasan Sabbah received a strong education in philosophy, mathematics, jurisprudence, and theology. During his youth, he sought to forge his own path and aspired to become a leading sheikh. For this reason, he moved to Ray to continue his studies. Until the age of 17, he remained loyal to the Imami Shiite tradition of his family. However, after meeting a Fatimid missionary named Amira Zureb, he embraced Ismailism. From that point on, his ties with the Fatimids strengthened, greatly influencing his growing network. His knowledge and rhetoric soon made him well known in Ray. Due to his Ismaili propaganda and contacts with Ismaili agents, a warrant was issued for his arrest, and in 1076 he fled to Egypt. During the years he spent in hiding, Hasan Sabbah expanded his connections and continued to grow his following. His rapid rise once again drew attention, and he even survived assassination attempts. Eventually, he fled again, this time to Isfahan. Though he was unable to settle permanently anywhere, he managed to make an impact wherever he went, gaining thousands of devoted followers. Hasan Sabbah sent his followers into villages, towns, and cities to infiltrate society and spread propaganda for himself and Ismailism. Yet his ambitions were greater. Wanted by the Seljuks, he needed a central base. His eyes turned to Alamut Castle, strategically located in what is now Iran's Qazvin province. The castle stood atop a steep mountain surrounded by rugged cliffs, approximately 2,000 meters above sea level, with visibility stretching up to 50 kilometers. For this reason, launching an attack on Alamut was extremely difficult. Indeed, the name Alamut means eagle's nest. Through spies, Hasan Sabbah infiltrated the castle, threatened its ruler, and took control. Known as the Old Man of the Mountain, Hasan Sabbah gathered thousands of followers under the organization later called the Hashashins. To his followers, he was seen almost like a messianic figure and obeyed with near prophetic devotion. It is said that even his own men rarely saw his face. He revealed himself only to those assigned special missions. The fame of the Hashashins eventually drew the attention of Seljuk Sultan Malik Shah, who sent an army to Alamut to kill Hasan Sabbah. Although the castle was besieged for months, its capture proved far more difficult than expected. When Malik Shah died during the siege, the Seljuk army was forced to withdraw. Not long after, Hasan Sabbah orchestrated his first major assassination. The victim was Nizam al-Mulk, the Seljuk vizier, a figure so important that his title meant order of the realm. While Nizam al-Mulk was resting and eating after a bath, an assassin approached him under the guise of a petitioner seeking justice and stabbed him with a dagger. The assassin was caught and killed while trying to flee. After this event, the name of the Hashashins spread rapidly. Under Hasan Sabbah's direction, they began targeting high-ranking figures such as rulers, generals, and governors. After carrying out assassinations, the attackers would stand over their victims, proclaim Hasan Sabbah's name, and spreading Ismaili propaganda, calmly awaiting death. Their reputation became so widespread that the term assassin, derived from Hashashin, entered Western languages in the 13th century to mean hired killer. Hasan Sabbah raised many boys taken from their families at a young age and subjected them to continuous training until adulthood. They were taught multiple languages and absolute obedience, believing that their leader could grant them paradise, while disobedience meant death. During their training, they saw and heard no one except their instructors until they were sent to carry out a killing. Because of their calm and devoted manner, the mystery surrounding them grew. People believed they acted under the influence of drugs, and rumors spread that Hasan Sabbah deceived his followers by creating a false paradise. It was thought impossible for a sober person to show such devotion. The famous traveler Marco Polo later relayed these popular beliefs, describing a lush garden filled with palaces, flowing wine, milk, honey, music, and beautiful women, meant to resemble the paradise described by Prophet Muhammad. However, historical evidence does not confirm the existence of such a fabricated paradise. The Seljuk state continuously fought against the Hashashins, but preventing their infiltration and assassinations proved extremely difficult. According to legend, one sultan awoke to find a dagger stuck beside his bed, a clear threat. Soon after, a letter from Hasan Sabbah arrived, stating, "If I wished, this dagger would be in your heart." Hasan Sabbah was known for both his intelligence and his cruelty. Followers who broke the rules were executed without mercy. He even ordered the execution of his own two sons. Feared by the public and often portrayed as a devil, the Hashashins infiltrated churches as Christians, mosques as Sunnis, and even state institutions. This caused widespread paranoia, as anyone, even a trusted person, could be an assassin. During the reign of Muhammad Topper, suspected Hashashins were brutally executed in public. Meanwhile, the Hashashins continued to grow stronger by capturing more castles. Hasan Sabbah led assassinations until his natural death in Alamut. His death was celebrated by many, as if a great evil had ended. After his death, the Hashashins gradually shifted from ideological struggle to mercenary assassinations. 68 years later, they assassinated Conrad of Montferrat in the Latin Kingdom of Jerusalem, marking their first known attack on a Christian. Although they pursued figures such as Richard the Lionheart and Queen Elizabeth I, they failed. Eventually, the Hashashins declined and became more like a criminal organization than a religious sect. Their downfall came when they attracted the attention of Genghis Khan. Later, Hulagu Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson, was sent west by Mung Khan to expand Mongol territory. In December 1256, Hulagu Khan besieged Alamut Castle with a massive army. Realizing that a direct assault was impossible, Mongol engineers drilled holes into the mountain and filled them with explosives. The mountain became a massive bomb. Seeing the danger, the castle's leader, Rukn al-Din Kersha, surrendered. The castle was destroyed, and the Hashashin stronghold was finally eliminated. Rukn al-Din's life was initially spared, and he was sent to Mung Khan, who showed no mercy and ordered his execution. Thus, the world was finally rid of one of the most feared organizations of its era.